Mid-18th century, Austrian countryside. Agnes is a young girl who marries a man named Wolf. Agnes wants a child, but the young couple's sex life is not going well. Wolf's mother is skeptical of her daughter-in-law, so far inexperienced in domestic affairs. Lack of support and loneliness are replaced by despair, which develops into severe depression, but the pious Agnes cannot commit suicide. After all, the souls of suicides will not find peace even after death. According to the opening and closing credits of The Devil's Bath, the movie is based on real events, not in particulars, but in general, as a phenomenon quite common in those times. Terrified by the promise of eternal damnation in case of suicide, desperate women were forced to commit some serious crime. It was punishable by death, but before it they were officially absolved of all sins, which created a terrible moral collision. For the right to cease their life you had to take another life. How to talk about this topic so that, on the one hand, to create a convincing map of the disease, and on the other hand, not to fall into preaching. It's not an easy task, but the creators of the Gothic horror The Devil's Bath succeeded. Their movie is captivating, soul-stirring, frightening and seems as real as possible thanks to the high level of physiology and its grounding, which once made a cult hit from The Witch by Robert Eggers. These were dark times with barbaric customs and difficult social rituals, and the more ordinary they are portrayed, the heavier and more oppressive impression they leave. The Austrian-German The Devil's Bath was directed by the duo of Severin Fiala and Veronika Franz, directors and screenwriters who made their name with the atmospheric thrillers Goodnight Mommy and The Lodge, before being entrusted with directing several episodes of Night Shyamalan's Servant. The Devil's Bath shows that these two are ready to reach some new level of directorial prowess, skillfully combining genre suspense, deep immersion in the world and masterful crafting of provocative thoughts. A simpler movie would have made a martyr out of Agnes and blamed society, men or the church, but Fiala and Franz do not look for the guilty and are not going to justify their heroine. They paradoxically achieve that maximum impartiality, in some places even bordering on impassivity, which helps them to create a vivid and memorable movie, which sticks in the soul, first of all, with its emotional charge and degree of connection. It is not so much a movie as an excursion into the distant past, when everyone had their own truth, but that did not make such situations any less tragic. Anja Plaschg, Austrian composer, singer and actress, creator of the experimental music project Soap Skin, who also wrote the music for The Devil's Bath, does an incredible job as Agnes. Extremely precise and expressive, Plaschg seems to be the face not only of this movie, but also of this era itself, about which we would like to say only one thing: it's bad that there once was such a thing, and thank God that now we have psychotherapy.